Hi, and welcome to this week's Walk the Wu Wei.
We're back.
We're back. This week we're talking all about Qi, which is a massive subject, and it's something we deal with and work with every day in our business and also as human beings. So Qi can be spelled Qi or Chi, but it both means the same thing. So David, do you want to kick off and tell us what you believe Qi is, or what you understand Qi to be?
Well, first of all, it's not as easy as you think. You know, most people kind of got the idea of the word of Qi and they know it through things like Tai Chi and Qigong. But really understanding what Qi is quite an involved thing, because there's no English definition that really captures Qi. So the Chinese will teach you that it's a vital life force. It's an energy. Most people in the West will translate it to the word energy, but that doesn't give it its full meaning because they see it as like an energy of a light bulb or something like that. Qi is every part of everything in the universe. You know, it came to me some years ago, perhaps the best definition of Qi is love.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, you can experience love, you can feel love, but you can't see love.
And you can't hold it.
And you can't hold love.
Okay, so it's a sensation. It's more than a sensation.
It's more than a sensation. This is the difficulty.
Yeah.
I think energy doesn't give it justice, and I don't think the word love, it's almost more than love.
Or a vibration.
Well, yes, it could be a vibration.
Yeah.
You see the difficulty now.
Yeah.
It's all of these things. So if anybody comes and says, oh, this is easy, it's not that easy. I can remember once we were doing the Qigong class and somebody walked in and just said, well, what's Qi then? And we spent the next hour trying to describe what Qi is.
So if I wanted to sense Qi, can I touch it? Can I see it? Can I smell it? I mean, what's possible?
Yes.
Okay.
So here's what I'm really pleased to say, because some people are still getting the misunderstanding of the Wu Wei approach, that we are trying to say, forget your feelings. And we're never saying that. What we're saying is interpret your feelings.
Okay.
Don't let the feelings guide you. So one of the best ways to connect to this vital life force of Qi is through your feelings.
Okay.
So when you get a feeling, so if you go back to love, when I met you first across a crowded room, you didn't come over, but I felt something.
Okay.
And I had a connection. I don't know whether you had a connection, but it's that connection that it's hard to define. But I felt it.
Okay, so if you can sense it, and we can say you can feel positive Qi in a positive sense, or you can feel like something more uncomfortable with Qi. If you feel something uncomfortable, so what we would describe as a red light
feeling,
that's not bad Qi. There's no such thing as bad Qi, is there? Is that about a Qi blockage or a Qi stagnation?
Qi not flowing harmoniously.
Okay.
Not flowing in its Wu Wei. So when Qi is flowing in its Wu Wei, the way it should be, it will give you a green light feeling. That's why I prefer to use red and green lights, because they almost are like an indicator. When you start using words like depression and anxiety and stress, they get you confused. Really, all we're trying to do is to live our life with the Qi flowing harmoniously, in balance.
Like a river.
Like a river. And lots of the masters will describe Qi as like a river flowing down a mountain. In fact, the circle of water, you know, ice to water, water to steam, steam evaporate, goes back up into the clouds, come back down at water. This is the idea of the bigger picture of Qi.
Yeah, okay.
Do you see why it's hard to describe? Because it's not just one thing.
Okay.
You can't say it's energy. Because that's not giving it full justice.
So most people, you're saying that you can sense Qi and changes in Qi through your feelings. And some people would use the word intuition as well.
And intuition is a great thing. I was just going to say, do you know when you walk into somewhere and they've been talking about you, and they should, and you know immediately.
Yeah, the energy.
There's
yeah.
the energy changing. There's the chi energy changing, as in room. Do you know, sometimes you're in the house and your partner puts a key in the door and you know what mood they're in even before they've walked in. You've connected to their chi energy.
Okay.
And so this is working. So we have lots of names for it, but actually we're describing the whole umbrella of what chi is. And then we get caught up in the little definitions.
Yeah, so as an acupuncturist and traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, you... if you like, sense, diagnose chi in your clients using a number of other techniques beyond just listening for the emotional stuff. But that I know is very important.
Very important to me, listening to the emotional stuff. But before we go into that, so on a very basic level, and excuse me, acupuncturist, you're not going to like what I'm going to say, I don't think. Illness is chi not flowing correctly. Wellness is chi flowing correctly. So for an acupuncturist, what we're trying to do is to identify and diagnose where chi isn't flowing correctly and readjust the flow of chi to bring the person back into health. So the person is healing themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
When you can correct the balance of chi flowing through the body. So that could be something as basically as a bad back or a physical thing, a bad knee. And what you're trying to do is to insert the needles to clear the physical blockage, to allow the chi to flow, and then the chi heals that part of the body.
And obviously, I mean, we're powerful healing beings.
Absolutely.
And really, you should be able to clear the blocks for yourself. And I guess all acupuncture does is it gives you that extra push really to move the block.
It'll speed up. So someone, say with a bad back, such as today, I've treated 2 or 3 bad backs. You put the needles in, they're not immediately going to get better, but what it will do, it will aid the recovery.
Yeah.
So rather than taking 8, 10, 12 weeks, you may be looking at 2 or 3 weeks. So it speeds it along.
So in terms of us being able to manage and this flow of chi for ourselves.
To connect with the flow of the universe that flows through us.
Yeah.
So the Chinese believe that it flows through us and flows out of us. And so we're part of a greater flow. So we can either connect fully to it or we can't disconnect from it. But it's how we connect.
We can kind of throttle the connection.
Yeah, so if you use the river analogy is how many boulders have you got in your river? The water will still flow through.
Yeah.
But you want it to flow through smoothly and clearly and without restriction. And so we want that through our body.
So just talking about the bigger connection, my understanding is that chi is in everything. So it's in us, it's in every animal, every plant, every rock. It's in physical stuff and non-physical stuff.
Post and pronatal chi, the Chinese call it.
Yeah, okay. So I like this idea of this total web of interconnection, and that's oneness.
And there's the oneness, and that's what we're always talking about.
Yeah.
This oneness that we're part of, and we can't not be part of it. It's how much we involve ourselves into it and how much we connect to it. That's the question.
Okay.
You can't disconnect until your physical body dies, and then another question is you go back into the whole.
So you're not disconnected.
Not
when you
disconnected,
die,
no.
you're just, your physicality changes,
That's
but
right.
the flow of chi is still there. It's
Absolutely.
just in a different form,
Absolutely.
I guess. Okay.
So that's the Taoist belief that you come from source, you go back to source, you are source. You're part of the greater bubble of chi energy flowing around the universe.
So in terms of connecting or disconnecting, encouraging the flow to be good or
not so good,
kind of blocking it and stagnating it, what are the typical things people do that can have a negative impact on their chi flow?
Well, again, you see, it's not something that's really strange or unusual. It's things that we know already, such as eating well. One of the greatest forms of chi that we can bring into our body is what we eat and drink. So if we're eating healthy, a balanced diet, and so here's the yin and yang, we can eat too much food, so we can have too much of a good thing, and then it turns bad, or we can have not enough. And so food, sleep, we can have too much sleep or not enough sleep. exercise. We could have
Yeah.
too much exercise or not enough. So all of these things that we well know as human beings, and what we're trying to do is to get the balance in the correct flow.
Yeah.
So we can have too much or not enough.
Yeah,
of the one
because I
thing.
think in Chinese medicine, there's the term kind of excessive qi or qi deficiency.
right.
What does that mean exactly?
So excessive qi would be that there's a blockage. For instance, if you have a joint that's swollen up and it's red and it's giving you pain, it could be excessive qi not getting through that joint. So again, it's almost like a beaver has built a dam across the stream, and the stream is getting through, but it's blocked and it's stagnated.
Okay.
Deficient qi would be that you're not eating correctly, you're not sleeping correctly,
Okay.
you're feeling tired, you're feeling listless. The words that we would use in our kind of society is, "Oh, I'm really feeling listless. I've got no energy to do things." Then the next question for me as a practitioner is, what are you doing or what aren't you doing that's created that?
Yeah.
We don't question the qi. We're saying that you haven't connected to that qi.
Yeah.
For instance, when you give when somebody has an acupuncture treatment, it happened today actually. 2 people having a similar acupuncture treatment said these 2 things to me. "You know, when I've had the treatment, David, I just feel like going home and sleeping. I just want to go and rest, only for about half an hour." And then somebody else said to me almost 2 hours later, "You know, after I've had the treatment, I could run up the hill. I feel so full of energy."
Okay. So that's the acupuncture. Would that be for the person who wants to sleep? That's kind of slowing the qi down,
and their body then is readjusting.
and for the person who's revitalised and
You're
re-energised,
getting rid of some
it's
energy.
moved
Yes,
the block and a
exactly.
stagnation. Okay, that's great.
So you're finding the different person and understanding that the disease might be the same, what they're suffering from may be the same, but the person is an individual. So you always treat the individual. And that's why, for me, in my practice, emotions are so important.
Yeah.
I mean, we focus more on what you're thinking, what you're believing.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. You know, you said we can sense qi through the emotions, but I guess our emotions, or, you know, tracking back one step beyond that, your mindset and your thoughts and beliefs can profoundly affect your qi.
Profoundly. For me as a practitioner of 40 odd years now, I would say the most powerful is your mind. And even the word mindset, that's so true. But try not to set your mind. Leave your mind more open, more fluid, more flowing.
Just like the qi. Just like how you want your qi to be. Yeah,
That's
okay.
the whole point, Alex.
And that's the macro-micro,
That's
isn't
the
it?
macro-micro, that if we can be like the universe around us, if you look at the universe, everything is changing. Nothing is the same.
Yeah.
Everything is fluid and flowing.
Responsive.
If you've got children, look at them.
Yeah.
Look at the picture of them 3 months ago. They're not the same person. They're moving and they're flowing. And the energy is moving and flowing. And so are you. You are moving and flowing. So don't be stuck in a mindset, because you're going against the flow of qi, and that will cause a disruption, give you red lights.
Yeah.
And so many, as we talk about each week in these programs, is stuck in a mindset that's going round and round. How many times do we call it the carousel of despair, going round?
And that's like your qi being in a vortex.
Going round and being
I
stuck.
got you.
Again, like in a river, they call them an eddy. You know, an eddy that goes round, and the eddy draws.
It's just
in
not
all
flowing
the
onwards. Yeah,
it's not flowing.
Okay.
Our mindset, the way we live, the way we exercise, the way we sleep, what we eat, how much we drink, should be flowing. So there's nothing wrong with having a glass of wine, but if you have 2 bottles, you create a stagnation. So it's this flowing movement all of the time.
So there's a lot of basically self-responsibility there in terms of
it has to be.
your thoughts, you know, managing your thoughts, your beliefs, managing how you exercise, eat, look after yourself. So my next question is, if we can affect our qi so strongly, which is great because it means we can, there is some level of control there for us to manage ourselves, can other people affect our qi?
No.
No.
No. No one can affect your qi unless you allow them to.
And how would you do that? How would you?
If you love someone, you open yourself up and you're giving them permission to affect your chi. So if you come to me for acupuncture, you're giving me permission to put a needle in and affect your chi. Although some people will resist that, and I would say consider this. So, no, you are totally responsible for your chi. And so you can be affected by it
If you
want to. So if you come to Qigong, for instance, and we're practicing Qigong, you are opening yourself up to be more aware and affected by the chi in the room. Or if I come around and give you healing, you're more aware and more affected by that. But of course, you could shut down at any time because you are responsible.
And that comes from a mental,
mental
thing,
like
almost like a visualization or an intention that I'm not going to allow this person to affect me. So whether that's
can I just say our favourite thing? What other people think of you is none of your business.
And if you believe
it is your business,
then that's
you're allowed. Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
That's why that saying is so important. Say it again. What other people think of you is none of your business. If it becomes your business, what they're thinking about you, you're opening yourself up to them. They are then affecting you. Do not let them affect you. Take responsibility. You can listen to them, but they needn't affect you.
Okay. So if you open yourself up to people through positive intention, that's something you want to do, whether that's just through a friendship, helping other people, being like a healer, can your chi be depleted? Can you almost like, a petrol pump? No.
But chi can't be depleted.
Okay.
Because we live in a universe of abundance. So really, you can't be depleted yourself. You can't be exhausted. You can.
Well, some people can. You say you can give too much of yourself.
Don't.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. Often we have clients who come and say, I'm totally exhausted. They haven't been putting themselves first, and so in that sense, their energy or their chi levels are depleted because of how they've dealt with the situation.
Exactly, because they've disconnected from source.
Okay.
And they're looking. So many of my clients, if you have this analogy of a socket, of an electric socket, and you're looking for a plug to plug it into, most people go around with this socket looking for other things or other people. They're looking for validation of other things. They're looking for other people to tell them that they're worthy, that they love them, that they value them. And what you should be doing is plugging it into the universe, into the cosmos, into your source.
And so how would you do that though?
By believing in yourself.
Okay.
You are whole. You are divine.
Yeah.
You are awesome.
And then that automatically, it's like, is that like flicking the switch then to allows the chi from the universe to flow?
Absolutely, it can be. If you stop looking for someone else to give you that validation, where are you going to get that validation from? Take responsibility and connect to your source, where you came from, who you are. You are divine. You come from a divine place. And if you connect to that, that is an abundance of energy that you can never be depleted. But if you look to someone else to validate you, you are then relying on them. You are giving your power to that person or that thing. Now that could be drugs or alcohol or spending too much or eating too much.
Or being in a relationship where
relying on other people. Never give away what defines you, your self-responsibility. And this is the basic teaching of Wu Wei. You are divine. You don't need anything else. It's great to be in a relationship. It's great to be with somebody that you love and you love them. That's a great relationship.
And that's a dynamic flow of chi
between us.
Yeah, but if the dynamic flow of chi isn't there, that's the cherry on the cake, isn't it?
Well,
but the idea is you have to have that chi flow and love for yourself, the belief in yourself. That then opens you up to what you're saying, to the cosmos, to the flow of chi in the cosmos.
But if you only felt good, Alex, by me telling you that you were good, you were reliant on me, you would be depleted.
And I would have to keep coming back to you.
You would have to keep coming back to me. It would annoy me because I've got to keep on reassuring you. Oh, you are looking good. Oh, that really does good. Now, I should be doing that because I love you.
Yeah.
But that's already, as you say, a cherry on a cake
On the
that's
cake
already
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Because that's your
So
responsibility.
you've got to bake your own cake.
You've got to bake your own cake. And don't eat too much of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that's given you a good flavour about Qi.
But we could go on all night about
Yeah.
So if there's anything you want,
Any
specific
questions or comments, please post them below as usual, and we'll always be very happy to answer them for you. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.